months ago, I did a video of the Lonoke County Sheriff's Office after Sergeant Michael Davis had shot a young man named Hunter Brittan early one, about 3 o'clock in the morning on a traffic stop. This video is the prosecutor actually announcing that charges have been filed against the deputy and that an arrest warrant has been issued. This video is from THV 11, so props to them, so I don't get a copyright strike here. But yeah, enjoy the video. Justice at least is progressing on this case. Everyone have a great night.
Good morning. Glad you could come. Is everyone seated that wants to be in it? Are there people outside waiting? Or are we here? We're good? We'll wait till everybody gets in if they made the trip. It seems like we still have plenty of room. If you guys know of anybody that's still out there that you haven't seen in here, you let me know. Okay? Are these some of the folks that are out there in the square earlier that we heard while we were in my office?
Yes, sir.
Okay. They're being a lot quieter now. That's good.
Follow the rules.
That's good. That's good. It's always a good plan. You just tell me when you think they're finished coming in. A few more. We're fine. We're fine. He's good. Can you hear? Can you hear us now? What does that say? It looked like he was frozen. Hey, give me a thumbs up. We're good? One more? Last one coming in. There we go. We're good. All right, thanks for coming. My name is Jeff Phillips, and I'm the prosecuting attorney of the 5th Judicial District, Polk, Johnson, and Franklin County. Middle of July, I was appointed to take over as special prosecutor concerning the investigation of Michael Davis. I received the file around that same time, middle of July, went about reviewing the file and working with state police who did a really good job investigating the case. They've been more than cooperative with me and helped me in every way. I apologize for my voice. I've done a lot of talking this week in a lot of different places. What I'm going to do now is read to you the affidavit that was presented to a judge this morning with an arrest warrant for Michael Davis. All right. On Wednesday, June 23rd, 2021, Arkansas State Police was requested to investigate an officer-involved shooting at 7180 State Highway 89 South in Cabot. At approximately 3 a.m., Lonoke County Sheriff's Officer Sergeant Michael Davis initiated a traffic stop near Mahoney's Body Shop located at 7180 State Highway 89 South. Davis stopped a white GMC pickup truck that was operated by Noah Hunter Brittan. As Brittan exited his truck, he moved to the rear of the vehicle as it was rolling backwards towards the front of Davis's patrol vehicle. Davis fired one round from his county-issued firearm, striking Brittan in the lower right neck. Brittan then fell to the ground. Davis notified his dispatch that shots had been fired and requested assistance. The passenger, Jordan King, was detained by Lonoke County Sheriff's Office deputy. After placing King in custody, Davis and the deputy cleared the truck. After they cleared the truck, they proceeded to render aid to Brittan. Brittan was transported to Baptist Health Medical Center in North Little Rock by MIMS. Brittan later succumbed to his injuries. After reviewing Davis's body camera footage, it was determined that his camera was not activated until after the shot was fired. During an interview with Davis, he indicated at approximately 3 a.m. he was traveling southbound on State Highway 89 South near Forbus Road, where he observed a white GMC truck. As he initiated a traffic stop on the truck, it continued briefly in the southbound lane, crossed the center line, and stopped in the northbound lane. Davis says before he could put his vehicle in park, he heard the truck's engine rev up and then began to travel southbound in the northbound lane. Davis did not notify dispatch on the radio that he was in pursuit because he realized the truck was attempting to turn left into Mahoney's body shop. He indicated before he could get his patrol vehicle in park, Brittan opened his door and quickly exited the vehicle. Davis observed that Brittan slipped on the gravel as he was moving quickly towards the rear of the truck. He gave several commands he alleges he gave several commands, but Brittan did not comply with his commands to get back in the truck. Davis observed the truck rolling backwards towards his patrol vehicle. He continued, he alleges, to give commands instructing Brittan to show his hands and to stop. Davis said Brittan began reaching with both hands into the bed of the truck. He indicated that as Brittan began to bring his hands from the bed of the truck, he discharged his weapon one time towards Brittan. Davis says as he observed the bullet strike Brittan, a container came from Brittan's hands that originated from the bed of the truck. The container landed on the ground. During the interview, Davis was asked to clarify if he could see Brittan's hands or see what was in Brittan's hands prior to discharging his county-issued firearm. Davis replied he could not see Brittan's hands nor what was in his hands prior to discharging his county-issued firearm. During an interview with Jordan King, he stated he was the passenger. He stated that he was with Brittan and another friend working all evening on a transmission for Brittan's truck. As King and Brittan went on a test drive in the truck, they made a right turn onto Highway 89 from Mahoney's body shop. King says they traveled approximately 1 mile to a church parking lot and turned around to return to the shop. King noticed a deputy began to follow them, and the deputy pulled them over just before the Mahoney's body shop driveway. Brittan slowed down, put his blinker on, and pulled to the left side of the roadway. King says as they were getting pulled over by the deputy, they were laughing and thought it was funny because the truck was smoking and that Brittan was trying to get off the highway. King says as they stopped in the parking lot, both of them opened their doors to let the smoke out. King said that Brittan immediately stepped out of the truck, went to the rear of the truck, and King heard a gunshot. King said that he never heard anyone say, "Show me your hands," or words similar to that before hearing the gunshot. There was no evidence of firearms located in or around Brittan's truck, and there never has been since the investigation. This is the affidavit that was presented this morning, and the warrant was issued by Judge Elmore. This now will proceed, having charges that have been filed. Here's what you got to know. I know the press has done a really good job of staying on top of this story. And I know that because they call my office daily and ask, what have you done? What's happening? And they get the same response, which is nothing. They do not get a response from me. And I also want to caution you about this. The affidavit with arrest warrant is merely an allegation by the state of Arkansas. It is a charging document only. It does not confirm guilt. Only a jury can do that. So please do not confuse the documents that's been prepared with any kind of final adjudication. It is not, okay? I will not, between now and when this case proceeds, issue any extrajudicial comments. It's inappropriate and it's unethical. I will not try the case in the press, and the ladies and gentlemen of the press probably won't like me for that because you have a job to do and I do too. And our job are at odds because ethically I don't talk to the press. I can't talk to the press. I shouldn't talk to the press. But I will continue to work on the case extremely hard, and I will prepare it as it proceeds. If you want to hear from me as to this case, then it's never been easier to follow a case and through Court Connect. You know how to do that. Anytime there's a hearing and I'm in court, you'll be able to quote me then. But outside of court, you won't, because I won't talk to you. I mean, no disrespect by that, but I don't want to jeopardize this case. It's too important.
Thank you, Jeff.
If you want to hear how things are going, then the filings of the case in Court Connect can lead you there. It can tell you all the pretrial motions. It can tell you all of those types of things. This defendant will be treated as anyone else, okay? If you talk to prosecutors, they will tell you that the one area they get chewed out about the most is bonds, okay? Because people think that once a prosecutor files a charge that suddenly they're guilty. And as I said earlier, that's not the case. And so they think that once a charge is filed, then there should be a really high bond and the guy should stay in jail. Folks, a bond is just to ensure the defendant's presence at any future hearings, okay? So that's the primary role of a bond. And if that person is going to show up and the judge thinks that that person's going to show up, then his bond is lower. And if that person doesn't have prior convictions, then his bond is lower. If he's a resident of the area and hasn't had any other FTAs or failures to appear, then that bond is going to be lower. I only say that to let you know that next week, next Monday, there's going to be a bond hearing. I will recommend a bond that is consistent with what bonds are with this type of charge, okay? And there will be conditions on the bond. If you want to be present at that bond hearing, you can be present, I guess. I mean, Lonoke County was kind of foreign to me until I got appointed, and now I'm becoming familiar with it. So I'm still trying to figure out the lay of the land there. This case is going to proceed. Emotions will continue to run high. There will be a whole other set of emotions now from another side, and those are going to be a conflict. And all that I'm going to do is stay in my role as prosecutor and do what I'm ethically supposed to do. And to that end, as ethically as I can be, I will not be answering any of your questions. All right? I have the affidavit, so, and I appreciate the time here today. Thanks. That's a good question. He will be charged with manslaughter. Manslaughter is a C felony. It carries with it 3 to 10 years. The allegation is that on the early morning in question, he acted recklessly in his behavior when he discharged his firearm. All right? And again, that information has been filed. Everything that I read today is public record. Okay? And that's all I have. She will.